Hello. It's Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm here. How is everyone tonight? We're going to wait a few minutes like I always do to see who's going to be joining us. A lot of people watch this on the replay, which is totally cool. Some of you are still in the field, and I get that. I was in the field for a long time, so I definitely know what that was like. So we'll just wait a few minutes to see if a few people are going to jump on, or I'll be doing this on the replay. How is everyone? How has everyone's week been? I know it's like the beginning of spring. It gets really busy, so a lot of estimates should be coming in, requests for service, things like that. So it gets a little crazy. I totally get that. Totally get that. We're a little crazy right now too. We just opened up our power washing division. We started doing jobs this week, so things are getting a little bit crazy here with the maid service and the power washing and everything. So we're doing the best we can to juggle it, working a little bit more, but that's okay. So if you're joining us for the first time, let me know where you're from. Post in the comments. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I think a lot of you know that. Or if you're joining me for the first time, say hello. Let me know where you are from. What kind of cleaning business do you have? Is it residential? Is it commercial? Do you do power washing? We do, like I said, we do a little bit of both. Most of our business is residential, like 80% of it. Then we do a little bit commercial and a little bit power washing. But yeah, it's mostly that. So we'll get started. We have a few people on here that I can see. It's 5:02, so I'm going to get started with everything. So tonight we're talking about that word that nobody knows what it is, because I put a message out there in the group. So it's basically how I avoided the biggest mistake that maid service owners make when trying to grow their business. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cheryl Hasher. I founded Sisters Who Scale. I'm a business growth coach. I specialize in scaling cleaning businesses. Like I said, most of my business is residential. There's some commercial in there, and there's also power washing. I grew it myself. I started it. I founded it myself. I started from $0 to over $650,000. In about 3.5 years we did that, working about 20 hours a week. We've grown consistently 30 to 35% each year, and the best year is we did it during a pandemic, through a pandemic, and on the other side of a pandemic. So people ask me all the time, how did you do it, right? I always tell them this: it's a process of result producing activities that were performed over in a rolled out systematic plan on a consistent basis over and over and over again. So I teach a lot of things in my trainings, whether it be learning how to hire and retain staff, how to nail your sales game, but there's one topic that is actually more important than any of those combined, okay? And it has to do with mindset. Although it's not the biggest word, it has to do with mindset. So mindset is sometimes harder to teach, and some would say you need to be born with mindset, but I kind of believe differently. I think mindset can be taught and developed as a skill, and it takes time to grow it, but it definitely can be done. So today's is one of those trainings where I'm going to speak on the power of mindset and how it can actually influence your entire business, and it can really make or break your business. So I talk to a lot of maid service owners, and I hear a lot of things. I hear people say to me, oh, I want to double my income, or I want to own $1 million maid service company. And those are great goals, right? They're all well and good, but there's a certain level that you need to be on mentally to get to that $1 million mark. And it's easier said than done. You have to be committed to your business, that nothing will stop you. And that is a mindset, right? There is a direct correlation between mindset and successful people. I'm going to give you an example. One of my favorite guys in the world, Dwayne Johnson. I freaking love that guy, right? Not only is he incredibly handsome and in sick physical shape, but you know what I admire him even more than what he looks like is his mindset. His hardest worker in the room, right? That wow factor. Like, he does it for me because I love that mindset. Like, I would say I'm in love with his mindset more than anything else. When I grow up, I want to be just like Dwayne Johnson. I want to be the female version of Dwayne Johnson. And this guy's always had that, right? He had the mindset of a champion from his early days in football. He wanted to be a champ. He wanted to be a pro. We all know the story. Maybe he wasn't on the pro level as far as football is concerned, but he was on the pro level as far as mindset was concerned, like totally, right? He had the willingness to train harder than everybody else, the fortitude to put his goals on a relentless warpath, just smashing any goal that he set his mindset to, right? That anything he set his mind to, he would achieve it. And you can't beat someone that has that kind of a mindset. You will never be better than your competitor if you don't grasp this concept and make this concept your Bible, your mantra, what you live by. You will never succeed well at whatever level you want to be on, because people are on different levels, if you don't have relentless drive, commitment, and momentum. Momentum is the word that you need. That is the biggest word you need to scale your cleaning business, or any kind of business for that matter, right? Hold on, these allergies are crazy. So I'm talking about the sheer will to make shit happen. That pit in your stomach that says, I'm gonna do this and nothing's gonna stop me. Getting up at 4 a.m. every day to start working, reading, learning, getting stuff done, right? I see it all the time. People get wrapped up in their own head and their own excuses, and excuses only put you that much farther away from the goal you want. And I'm not being a Debbie Downer by any means, but like, you have to dig deep and be willing to put the work in if you want to grow your cleaning business, or any business for that matter. If you want to stop cleaning and get out of the field, you got to put the work in, and you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make that change for yourself, because someone's not going to do it for you. You need to acquire the skills, and you just have to put down the excuses, and you just have to go and figure it out, and you just got to do it. So what I do is I give you the tools. I show you the skills that you need to develop, and I show you exactly what you need to do, and I walk beside you the whole way. But ultimately, you have to do it. I can't do it for you, but I can teach you how to do it. Does that make sense? If this is making sense, just kind of raise your hand and let me know if it's making sense. Another story, some of you may have seen me post pictures, my 20-year-old son Dylan and his weight loss. If you haven't, let me know. If you want to see them, I'll post them again so you can all see. He was always a chubby kid, right? Loved to eat crap food. Who doesn't? I love crap food too on the weekends, right? He was always getting teased because he was chunky. And one day in 10th grade, as he describes it to himself, he said he was sitting in chemistry class and he felt his man boob. The poor kid, right? He felt his man boob, and that was it. That's the true story. He said, I refuse to be fat anymore. Like, that was the turning point in his life that changed his life forever. He started going to the gym at 15, obviously with me driving him there because he wasn't driving at 15. I signed him up with a personal trainer. I showed him how to eat right, and he started to drop some weight. But something along the way happened for him. He started seeing results, but he started developing his mindset game. Why? Because he was in momentum. He was in that momentum. He was seeing changes, and his mindset game kept getting stronger. So as a teenager, he was just like me. He fell in love with the gym, leading a healthy lifestyle. He dropped 80 pounds in 2 years and has kept it off. And now, 4 years later, completely shredded. He has a six-pack. He's like ripped. He's like into it. I'll show you the pics. Like, you will not believe it. I'll post it on my personal page. You will not believe it. But he developed that winning mindset because of the momentum he had going, and there's no stopping him now. He caught that winning bug. He's developed the discipline, the focus, that commitment he needs, and the passion for hitting his goals. I was the same way. Many of you don't know this. I was a national fitness competitor for 7 years, from being a teenager to 24 years old. I developed my mindset and my momentum and my discipline doing that. You can develop it too, doing anything you want, any kind of business. One of my favorite expressions in the whole world is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So some people can be born with fast metabolisms, for example. Some people aren't. I would say he wasn't born with that gift, but what he has is the power of mindset and momentum. You're not beating that, right? That is tough to beat. So let's turn this around. Let's relate this to the cleaning business, because it's the entirely same concept. All successful people have this formula down. They know how to hit any goal, and you will see successful business owners hit goals over and over and over again and keep reinventing themselves and their businesses repeatedly. So let's talk about what you need. This is the word. You need momentum. If you want to grab a pen, piece of paper, you need momentum. When you have momentum in business, everything seems to roll forward. Stuff gets done, things happen, employees are proactive, customers are happy, because extraordinary results are produced, okay? Momentum creates motivation. Now, motivation creates opportunity, and opportunity creates results. So let's write this down. So, because this is what every entrepreneur needs to learn to create momentum in your business. So, momentum equals motivation equals opportunity, which equals results. So how do you break through and make significant strides in your business? Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to know where you are. That's number one. Know exactly where you are, where your numbers are, where your employees are, where you are, everything, right? So because knowing exactly where you are in business is the first step in creating unstoppable momentum in your business. You need to know where you are to get to where you want to go. So what does that mean for your business? So begin by going back like 6 months. Look at your numbers, right? Look at what your gross income is, the current number of your customers, how many leads you have, how many leads you attract each month, which is actually more important, how many of those you convert into paying clients, and your average sale amount. This stuff, you should be tracking this stuff. If you're not, I would track it. Do you know your profit margins? Because you need to. You need to see how much the company is bringing in, because there's no sense in sending teams out every day if the company isn't making money on every clean. So you need to know your numbers. You need to know your profit, right? The gross, that may be impressive, but at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is the profit that's coming in. I hate to be, rip the Band-Aid off, but you really need to know how much the profit is, right? So once you have all those numbers, you need to implement a system for tracking your numbers more efficiently. And I recommend that you analyze your numbers on a end of the week basis. We usually do it on Friday to see what the labor percentage was. That's a really good habit to get into for you guys that are techie and stuff like that. You like to look at that. Do that every week. Do it on Friday. Do it on Saturday morning when you're having your coffee, whatever, on the weekend. Because this way you can stay ahead, and when things aren't improving, you can make the necessary tweaks as you go along. You don't want this to go out a quarter and stuff like that. You want to do it really on a weekly basis. So knowing this information and being clear about where you are will help you focus on what you need to do to make improvements, because business is all about solving problems. It's about improving things every single day and growing one step at a time, okay? Next thing you have to do is you need to create a game plan and remain committed to that game plan. I can't stress enough that the key to momentum is being committed, consistency, redundancy, like the result producing activities have to happen over and over and over on a daily basis. Like it is the Bible, your mantra. Like that's what you have to do, because business isn't static, it's always in motion. Okay, and as a CEO, as a founder of your own business, your business is either going to move forward or it's going to move backwards, but it's never going to stand still. It's always going to be moving. It's always going to be in a momentum forward or a momentum backwards. Because business success doesn't happen because of a good economy or a bad economy or inflation or, the employee pool isn't so great. Like those are just a bunch of excuses. Like let's face it. You want to be really good, drop the excuses. Just drop them. You have to drop them. Even though you don't want to, it's easier to make excuses and stuff like that. Drop the excuses if you want to make shit happen. I swear, I'm from Boston. When I get like emotional about stuff, I swear. So, because it happens, like, how do I say this? It happens because of you. You are the business leader. You are the one responsible for making it happen, not anything else. So when your business is moving backwards, you're not doing stuff to move it forwards. My company stayed open during COVID. I refused to close. When everyone around me was closing, I said, we're going out there and we're working. We still made money, right? We did a massive restructuring. We got as many PPP loans. We still profited. COVID was actually our launching pad to the income levels we are experiencing today. Now that's making shit happen, and that's what I'm talking about. It's the excuses that hold people back. Excuses waste time. I didn't have any excuses. I looked at this pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, and I was like, how can I turn this into an opportunity for the company? I looked at what positive is going to come out of this, and that's how we did it. So the next thing you need to do is set SMART goals. Don't set lofty goals that you can't hit. And I see a lot of people do this, and then when they don't hit them, they go, oh, well, that doesn't work, right? And they kind of give up. So set SMART goals that align with your vision, right? So SMART stands for specific goals that are clearly defined, and then measurable goals, right? Whose progress can be measured, like keeping track of how many leads, how many closes, how much of an increase in income, whether it be weekly or monthly. Set attainable goals. Set small goals that you can hit, and then you can set another goal and then hit that one, okay? Make goals that are relevant, that are aligned to your vision, and give them a time limit. This is what people don't do. They say, oh, I want to make $1 million. When? In 20 years? Right? So set a time frame for them that have a definite period. I will have this many clients by this goal. Is this making sense? I'm just going to check in with everybody. Hey Gloria, hey Carrie, hey Melissa, Natalia, hi. How are you? So glad you came on. There's a few other people on there too. I'm just going to like you all. And I can't see them, but that's okay. So SMART goals, measurable goals, attainable goals, relevant goals, and goals that have a time limit. Because when you set specific, measurable, and attainable goals, you can't go wrong with your vision because you can adjust them, okay? And many people fail to attain their business goals because they miss one or two of the components or whatever, right? So you need to suspend your beliefs. You need to suspend your disbeliefs and work with positive people. Stay away from the negative people. Work with positive people and create the right mindset, because when you do this, something magical happens. You will no longer operate with fear. Okay, this is a big thing. You act with courage, you charge forward, you become unstoppable, you get that momentum, you keep going. But when doubts let you creep in and whatever you're doing, you become a non-starter. So stop disbelieving in yourself, let go of your fear, about a new idea, maintain positive energy the whole way. Even if something crappy happens, just continue to be like, oh, well, that's unfortunate, but I have this thing going on that's positive, so we're just going to focus on this, right? So be positive, stay happy, don't let negativity come in the way, work only with people who believe in you. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, in your business idea, and you will get so much further than the negative people. Stop trying to prove people wrong. Just let those people stand on the sidelines. Let those people see what you're capable of, and just no talk, just action. Show them what you're going to do, right? So in order to really create the right mindset in your business, you should sit down and write down things that you think are preventing you from moving forward. And if you want to submit them to me, that might be a good exercise, actually. Do you know what derails you? Like, what derails you during the week to actually working on result-producing activities? Is it family? Is it husbands? I mean, kids and stuff like that can pull on you a little bit, right? But you have to be able to, like, quickly jolt yourself back and get, like, right back in line. So what are the limiting beliefs that derail you? Is, if anyone is willing to share this, tell me what derails you. Like, what gets you off course sometimes? I'll tell you what gets me off course. What gets me off course is when I don't have a good night's sleep and I'm tired, right? That is harder. It's harder to focus when you're tired. So I recommend 8 hours of sleep to anyone. Don't think that you're going to be a night owl and work until 2 a.m. That doesn't work. Get to bed early, get your sleep. That's one of the things that derails me. Is anyone willing to share that? Hey, Bobby, how are you? Anyone willing to share what derails them from continuing to work on their business? Too many things. I feel so overwhelmed. Yeah. Probably because you're running the business yourself. Am I right, Carrie? Melissa, kids, husband, too many people wanting crap me up for me all the time. Yeah, totally. I totally relate to this. I mean, don't we all? We're women, right? We get that. Nobody gets it but us. Nobody gets it but us. Totally. My kids, they don't like mom working. I know, right? In the old days, when the men went out and made all the money, all we had to do was just take care of kids and do the laundry and cook. That's like a vacation. That's like a vacation to me. That's like, oh, I think I'm going to get up today and cook and do laundry, and that feels like me doing nothing. So even if you learn a new skill, you read books, you get a mentor, someone who has the right mindset, someone who has done what you've done before, or has the blueprint, or they're just motivated as successful people, are the ones you want to hang out with. But here's something interesting. Have you noticed that focus and intensity are becoming very rare? Have you noticed that the ability to stay focused is more difficult now? People can't even watch TV. Like, they can't even watch a TV channel without, changing the channels. My husband, he drives me crazy. He changes channels all the time. Like, they can't stay for 1 minute in quiet thought without scrolling through their smartphones. I'm guilty of that, right? We easily become distracted even by the smallest of things. Likewise in business, we can be short-sighted, chasing after every shiny object. We'll try something, and if it doesn't work right away, you try and jump on something else, create something else. Don't fall. I can't say this enough. Don't fall into this trap. Keep your eyes on the main plan and keep the entire team focused on what really matters all the time. Your cleaning teams, what are they going to focus on? They're just going to focus on creating great cleanings, being super detailed, getting the job done, not missing stuff. That's what they're going to focus on, right? So identify and obsess about these result-producing activities, those that are really going to shift the dial, because a lot of times people will get focused on the wrong things that aren't bringing in money, or are activities that they're not teaching you how to hire the right people. They get you out of the field. It's busy work, right? Oh, I'm going to create this and do this. That's all busy work. It doesn't produce you the results you're looking for because it's not a result producing activity. And a lot of people they think they're working on something. If it's not something that's bringing you in money, it's not a result producing activity. Like the end goal has to be money, or it has to be teaching your so even like you think of it like this, if you're teaching your team leads, you're training someone to be a team lead, ultimately they're going to be out in the field running the teams, so they're going to get great results, keep the client happy, but it's in turn it's going to let you concentrate on sales. So that's also an indirect result producing activity. Does that make sense? So let's talk about intensity. So intensity is when you purposely direct your intensity to things that matter and give unimportant things a kick down the road, right? Kick down the hallway. That's how your momentum is going to grow. So your intensity and your passion are the two hallmarks of maintaining momentum in business. If you want to write that down, write that down. Intensity and passion are the two hallmarks of maintaining momentum in business. These are the two things that are going to get you there. So you have to have a passion for what you're doing, and you have to do it with intensity. If you pursue your goals with intensity, you become unstoppable. Nobody's going to touch you. The reason you see athletes do magical things in business, or why politicians seem to ooze with unending enthusiasm, is because they're intense. They have passion for what they're doing. They're intense, and they don't get distracted. They don't care what people think. And business is the same way. The key to creating unstoppable momentum is to remain focused and intense for long periods of time. The long periods of time is the consistency, is the momentum, right? Show me an entrepreneur who can stay focused with intensity for a whole year, and I will show you an unstoppable person. Who's that person? Dwayne Johnson. Use him as an example. Follow him on Instagram. You will see he is just focused, discipline, intensity, passion. You can't beat that guy. No one can beat that guy. So when you start achieving things in business, you have to reward yourself. This is a big thing too, and this gets overlooked sometimes. So why do you have to reward yourself for all the hard work? Because you need to start celebrating small successes, because these are going to keep you going, right? You can also set a reward for yourself as part of the goal crushing. Like when I hit an income level, I'm going to buy myself this. Whatever it is. It could be like a watch, it could be a car. It depends on how big the income goal level is, a house, whatever, right? Vacation's a big one. Because you deserve it, because this is hard, okay? Being an entrepreneur is hard, and not everyone's cut out to be one. But if you're on this call, that means you believe that you have what it takes. So you need to remind yourself that you are a badass, and you need to reward yourself, right? No martyr stuff. You need to reward yourself. Momentum in business is built when you accumulate a series of successes, right? One following another in a quick succession without stopping. So you have to keep going. Momentum can produce like massive growth, quick growth, and it can enable you to meet all your goals within a very short period of time, right? You have to have this. This stop, start isn't going to work. Even if you have to take a break, you have to keep having some sort of momentum while you're doing these result-producing activities, okay? It's the key to your success. Momentum is going to be the key to your success. I heard from a few clients this week, and I want to share because they're doing awesome. So I have Gloria. Hi, Gloria. If you're on the call, I'm going to talk about you. She just told me since we started working together, which is about 3 months ago, which is about 6 Zoom calls, she has increased her monthly revenue by $5,000. Yay. That's only 3 months in. What's going to happen in another 3 months, right? Yay. Super excited about that. She was in the field a lot when we first came. I remember having a conversation with her, and she was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. She was talking about going get another job. now she's increased her revenue by $5,000. How awesome is that? Congrats, Gloria. I was on a call last night with Bobby and Jackie from Texas. They increased their revenue $6,000 after we've been working together about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit less or a little bit longer. I'm not quite sure. They kind of like started with me this like right around the same time. Super excited for them. They had a problem with raising prices. They were scared. Jackie was a little scared to raise her prices. And we just said, screw it, we're going to raise the prices. And they bounced this month to another $6,000 in income. So super psyched for you guys. I love to hear this. This makes me feel so good. They have momentum. That's how they did it. They didn't do it without momentum. They kept going. They kept focusing on certain result producing activities to make it happen. So if you are struggling with keeping your momentum in your cleaning business, we should have a chat. We can set up a Zoom. What I usually do is I ask a bunch of questions. I see where you struggle with. It's usually in 3 or 4 areas, and we see if what I do is a good fit for you. My clients are getting great results. I just told you about a couple of them. I couldn't be more thrilled. This makes me so happy. People are reaching new income levels, getting themselves out of the field, switching from paying people cash to W-2 employees. I have a couple of people that this just happened with. So if you are struggling, let's just talk. Shoot me a DM, put a message on here, contact me, say you're interested, whatever, and we'll just see if what I do is a good fit for you. But the more exciting news, my group program is launching May 1st. Yay! It's a 16-week program. It's a 100-page course. That's how much information is in here. It's all about hiring, mastering your sales, social selling, how to get leads for free on social, on Facebook, setting up your systems, much more. If you're interested, type the word interested. I will reach out. What I do is we schedule a Zoom call. We talk, takes about maybe like 45 minutes, see if the program's a right fit for you. Like I said, the first class is starting May 1st. I'm just so freaking excited about it because I'm going to be able to get to help people on a larger basis because I'm full right now with private clients. It filled up like super quick. So if you are interested, let me know. Send me a message, type interested on here. I also have a form too. You can fill out your email and phone number that I have I'm keeping. I'll throw that up on there again and you can let me know because it's my mission to help as many cleaning business owners as I can get you the hell out of the field. Get out of the field, stop cleaning and make some money. So I'm gonna turn over here, Carrie, and yay, Carrie, we're talking tomorrow. Yay! Oh my God, I'm so excited for all of you. Like really. Like and Melissa's brand new. Melissa Dory, brand new. She's already having things happen. She's closing deals, commercial deals, like new people. Hey Victoria, how are you, honey? Listen, if you do the work, I guarantee you it's going to work. I'm going to give you the tools. I guarantee you it's going to work. You just got to do it. You're just going to do it. You're just going to do the work and start making excuses for yourself. That's all. Does anyone have any questions or anything? German Shepherd, not feeling well at times, and my German Shepherd needs constant attention. Yeah. All right, Natalia, we're going to get you over the tax stuff. Get over the tax stuff and move forward. Here's what we're going to do. We have a call next week, Monday. Yep. Well, if no one has anything, and you're watching it on replay, if you're watching it on replay too, comment on there. I go back and I see it. So definitely comment and let me know. Okay? Let me know what you're thinking. Yes, I'm excited too, Natalia. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if it's making sense. Let me know if this helped you. Remember, the key to getting your business where you want it to go is building momentum. That's the word. how I avoided the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake is not having momentum. That's what it is. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I am going to go down and have some dinner, and I'll be in bed by 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'll be in bed because I'm an early riser. I get up at 4 a.m. Have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you. I will see you all soon. All right, bye-bye.